gosh. So, okay, my most fond...
Wait. Can we pause real quick?
Yes. Okay, the craziest one was 2 years ago. Well, it wasn't by someone that I supported. It was by some just crazy-ass bitch who came into the Jack in the Box that we were eating lunch at.
Oh.
And she set her phone down on the table. She walked away, came back, and then she just decked me in the face out of nowhere. And then she started flipping all of our group's food over, and she was just like going crazy.
Was she on drugs?
I think so.
Or maybe even like some kind of mental issue.
She also had a beard. So that was also a sign where I was like, this is kind of off, but we obviously
she was in
didn't stare.
transition.
I don't know.
She's like, we obviously didn't stare.
Maybe she had some kind of like hormone imbalance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I was thinking. But then when she stepped out, and then we were facing the window, so she started punching the window a couple of times, and then her fist started getting really bloody. I called the cops.
So it wasn't just you. It was.
Yeah. So nobody in the restaurant defended us.
Wow.
A couple of girls in my group were crying because they were freaked out. So I actually blocked before she even hit someone. And so she hit me in the arm. But it was crazy because so everybody in the restaurant is looking. And nobody is even saying anything about it.
People now, they pull out their phones instead of doing anything.
So I was like trying so hard to not cry because I was super embarrassed that everybody was just staring. So then I called the cops because, I was just like, I want to make sure that they capture. And so then they say, they can't do it. They told me that they couldn't do anything about it because nobody else would witness, and because I had no marks on my face.
Jack in the Box has cameras.
Yeah, and so then they said, well, what we can do is we can detain her for a day, but there's nothing else that we can do about
it. Probably because you know why? Probably because she's known around that precinct, and she does this shit all the time.
Yeah. So they gave me that option, and I was like, whatever. Like, I don't even care anymore. There was that time. And then there was another time with an actual client. So a little bit of background on him. He was born able-bodied, and he went on his honeymoon. He was married. He caught some kind of infection. He went to the hospital. They accidentally switched his file with someone else that was a drug abuser. So then they gave him a ton of different psychotropic medicines, and he ended up, it just kind of...
the fuck out.
Yes, it fucked with his brain. So he then developed some kind of brain trauma, and he had to be internalized into a state developmental center, which is pretty much an institution, for... I want to say like 30 years, and then they started shutting that place down, taking all clients out, finding them places to live. So,
oh my god, have you seen American Horror Story?
Research on this part.
Yes, you should. Okay, so
oh my god, and
yes, Pepper. Pepper.
Wait, okay, you guys can fill me in.
Okay, so.
I know
have you seen American Horror Story?
I've seen it, but I haven't watched it. Are you guys talking about the Lady Gaga episode? Season?
No. It's the second one, right?
Yeah.
With the black people?
No.
Okay.
It's the one with the insane asylum.
It's a second season.
It was like a whole bunch of weird people, like super. No,
it's the Freaks.
No.
One.
Oh, okay.
The Freak show.
I never watched any of them, but I watched like one of each season.
It was the house, and then it was the insane asylum, and then it was the witches,
coven. Yeah, the coven,
and then it was the circus,
the freak show.
Okay.
Yeah,
that was the Lady Gaga was in.
Oh, then it was a hotel after that.
Yes, and then it was the Roanoke, the one with like the
This
people.
is Ebony's conversation.
Okay, that's the last one. It reminded me of what is that, like the 90s movie? What is it? Three Witches. Anyways.
Yeah, so there's like a character, her name is Pepper, she has a disability. Her sister accuses her of killing the baby, but it was actually the brother-in-law, so then they institutionalize her. So kind of, there are so many people that I know that have been in places like that. It's just so fucked up. But yeah, so this place, it's called Fairview. It's in Costa Mesa. It's still open. There's like 12 or 13 people that live in there still. I used to know a nurse who worked there, and she said that she would... So the first level was the hospital. And then there's the second level, which was... living. Like the living. And then the third level was the cafeteria. And yeah. So these people have never left this place at all. They even have a Ferris wheel in there and a merry-go-round.
They're not allowed to leave, right?
Yes, and so...
Is this like state sentence?
Yes. So it's like a state hospital where, like, back in the day, if parents didn't want their babies with disabilities, they would throw them in there and never ever see them again. I knew someone who actually, when he was 12... The mom and dad felt so threatened because they noticed that the younger brother started mimicking some of his behaviors. So the parents got scared, and so they threw him in there, and they never ever saw him ever again. Yeah.
And how old is he now?
He's about like 62, I want to say.
Oh my god.
And how much time did he spend there?
Oh, from
50
like 12,
years.
Yeah, like about 50 years. There's some that have been there since birth. Some that just the parents didn't...
Well, like you said, that's all they've ever known?
Yeah, and it's just crazy because now the state is shutting down all these places.
And now what the hell are they going to do?
They're sending them into like group homes and...
On the glass jar, reach your hand, yes.
So
you know what? Group homes, and okay, so this is another thing I noticed.
The same thing, kind of.
A lot of houses... Like, suburban houses being turned into...
Yes.
Also, I've noticed particularly, like, the elderly. Because, like, on my way to parts of Long Beach, there's, like, these two really big houses. And I was like, damn, like who wants to live in that ugly big house? But that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a facility. Because then I'll see, if I drive by at, like, 9 o'clock in the morning or something, I'll see, like... 6 wheelchairs in the sun. And then, like, some dude on his cell phone in the shade. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like, those people, like, just...
Some of them are awesome, and then some of them are just terrible. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with group homes where some I'm just like, how are you even still open?
Right.
And then some I'm like, dude, you are awesome. Like, you're just really cool. So this guy that was, this whole thing happened with him. One day, he had an accident because he ate something, so there was just diarrhea nonstop. So we're assisting him in the restroom. He's just all over. He's smearing it on his face, on his chest, on his legs. He's just grabbing in there, going deep hands into, his butt and just going blah, like all over him. And so then at one point, so we're wearing gloves, and it sucks because we even had to put like trash bags over like our clothes. He reaches and he smacks me right in the face. And I just remember like just on my lip.
Oh
bam.
No!
Dirty Sanchez! Oh my god!
So I just felt like, I want to go home right now so bad, and I just pretended like I didn't even notice, and then here comes the arms like trying to strangle me, and I'm like trying to like
doodle arms.
Yeah, and I'm just like wiping as much as I can, like holding my breath, and I'm just like, like just trying to get there. That I've been bitten, kicked. My foot got ran over by someone who utilized a wheelchair.
That seems common, like ramming.
Yeah. There's a guy who had no teeth, so he would gnaw my arm a lot. So we'd be doing like arts and crafts, and he'd be sitting next to me. It was the funniest thing because people who came in from the outside would be like, "What the fuck is going on?" But we're just sitting there, like painting, doing whatever, and he's just chewing away at my arm, and I'm like, whatever.
God. Okay, so first of all, I can tell you really have compassion for what you do, and it's amazing. Like, I really like that and appreciate that. Like, you really care. Like, you really, really care. Like, it sounds like you're able to, like, endure things that normal people would never be able to endure. Like, I don't know. It sounds like you just are able to basically, like, assess the situation without overreacting, and it sounds like what you output is, like, the right response to, like, all the stories you told sounded like it was, like, the right response to the situation.
I hope.
Yeah, totally.
I really hope.
It's just like, damn, you handled that, like, really well. Like, what?
I'm like, I don't know. Like, everything you said, I'm like, I don't know. I would have did something else. Like, everything you said, like, nope, not me, nope.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because I never see it that way. I just see it like I'm working with humans, and I try and think, fuck, like, if I was in their shoes, I would want someone to treat me like this. Boo-boo. You know, like, yeah. You know, like, of course. Like,
amen. Some people do that for free.
Since then, I never went, after that incident, I never stepped foot in that bathroom. Because we had multiple bathrooms, so I just always avoided that bathroom.
Like PTSD.
I was traumatized, so I was like, no. I spent like 4 hours cleaning this bathroom. Hell no, I'm never going back.
Oh, no. Yeah. Like you walk by like this. Yeah. Middle fingers up. Oh. Wow, that does take, like, so much patience. Yeah. Cheers, Sarah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I hate recognition. So
well,
I get really like.
But still, and then like, also when you think about, like, that's like the first, like, whenever there's, like, budget cuts, like that you know, funding for special needs.
Yeah.
It's the very first department. It's like, God, like, are you serious?
Yes.
And you can see it. And like, you see it.
Yeah.
Like you said, they kicked a whole bunch of people out of this facility, and now what the hell are they going to do?
But and the CEO will get a Christmas bonus somehow.
You know, and I'm glad that they did, but then it also sucks because I was on the California state website, or California government website, and I just could not believe my eyes because there's these forms saying, oh, apply to open up a group home. Like, anybody could do this.
It's all, yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my god. And there's also another state hospital, Porterville. That one is bonkers because it's people who have committed rape, who have developmental disabilities. They've committed rape, they've committed crimes that unfortunately they've had to be, you know, put away for. But I saw this form just saying, like, oh, you can open up a group home for this much money, but just be aware that you are dealing with people who have raped others. And it's like, anybody. You know, it's just kind of like the adoption, the whole adoption community. Mm-hmm. You know, anybody can be a foster parent, which blows my mind.
Right.
And you get a lot of money for it. Like, my mom's coworker was telling her, hey, you should try and become a foster parent. You can get $3,000 a month. And my mom was like, why would I even do that? You know?
For money. Why would I do that for money? Yes. It's nuts.
My husband has a coworker. She had a foster child, and he was so bad that she gave him back. And I was so sad. Like, I just felt hurt.
Yeah.
Because, like, she was really actually trying with this kid, but I feel like, damn, you were trying so hard, but you didn't try that long. You gave up real easily, and, like, that's what happens to these kids. They always, everybody gives up on them. This kid's getting bounced around like, oh, he stayed, what, 5-6 months?
And then it's like they just do it on purpose because they know, like, you're just going to get rid of me anyway, so.
Yeah. Or like, I've heard of, like, foster moms. I became really close to this lady who became a foster mom, or she's been a foster mom for about, like, 30 years now. She said that social workers would show up to her door at 4 a.m. saying, hey, do you have room for this kid to sleep on your couch? And she'd say, no, like, there's no way that I'm going to have a child who has nowhere to go, like, or not nowhere to go, but I'm not going to have a child sleep on my couch.
And he's going to have to leave.
Yeah, you know, like, for how long, you know? I'd rather have a room where he's going to be able to, like, sleep in. You know, stability. Try harder. Like, try finding a home. And
fuck that.
Man, yeah, like, this, like, really hits close to home. It's really hard for me to talk about it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But, yeah, like, there's just, like, I've had personal experience, and it's just not regulated. And when you do get, like, a good social worker that wants to make progress, they get moved.
Yeah.
You know, because the infrastructure, the hierarchy is so messed up that there's assholes just not doing their job. They just get jaded because also they don't get paid enough, quite honestly.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't.
It's
just a job to them. I used to work for the Long Beach Housing Authority, so I see the same thing. Like, they were in charge of, you know, keeping people a roof over your head, you know, low income people, and they didn't give a fuck. None of those social workers gave a fuck.
You know, it's crazy because I went to school with this boy, and it broke my heart because he was a foster kid. He started the school year like halfway through, but he was so afraid to come out and to say, like, and not only
that's a whole nother, like, it's hard enough just to be a kid, number one. Number two, to be a kid in the system, and then to add on whatever.
And he was African American, so not only it's just another stereotype of
two. That's
kids
like boom boom.
Yeah,
boom boom. I heard 4, I think.
Yeah, so it's 2 on top of 2.
I mean, probably the most beautiful person, like, physically that I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit, like, this boy, well, now she, so freaking beautiful. Like, I'm talking about, like, Barbie doll status, because the most perfect skin, the most perfect lips, but was so afraid to tell his foster parents that he identified as a girl. So she would come to school wearing the regular boy clothes and then hide in the bathroom, put on his wig, put on the dress, and of course dealing with the kids at school making fun of him.
Damn.
But that is bold as fuck for him to, like, yeah, you kind of see me. You saw me show my Jordans and my shorts. Yeah, and now look, my wig is bad to the motherfucker. My shoes are tight. Look at my bag, bitches. Like,
his butt was insane. I just remember thinking,
like, damn, maybe you should have been
as fuck.
You know, and then you'd see him walk to the car with his backpack, wearing the same clothes that he came wearing, you know, to school.
But damn, for like 8 hours of the day, he was bold enough to be himself.
Which is, it's freaking awesome, but it just broke my heart to see that at home, there is no support for that.
Yeah, yes.
I've already established, like, I don't care if you're gay or whatever, like, all my kids, I don't give a fuck. Like,
oh yeah, I've made it a point to Nick, like, if we have kids and they come out, and he's like, oh, totally, like, on board.
Who cares? I think, like, I don't know. I feel like as time progresses, people care less. You know?
Totally.
You're always gonna have your assholes. Yes.
And the old folks are dying off. The old people who really have their strong
the real
racists
are dying.
But then it's crazy because people my age are still, you know, like, it's so
they have
true.
taught their children.
You know, it's
you're right.
It's so true because, I mean, people your age, like,
oh man, yeah.
You know, like, it's just crazy because that's exactly what I was thinking. You know. Oh, thank God they're dying. as morbid as that
but they have also taught their children.
Holy shit!
But most children, I mean, how much of a majority or how much of a percentage of children really believe all the racist bullshit or all the religious bullshit or all the anything your parents or your grandparents
I'd say Yeah.
I mean, we do. We believe a lot of it, but we let go of a lot of it too and have our own beliefs.
Yeah, I think that even with it, you still let go more than what you hold on to. I mean, but also, like, that being said, we're also in California. Like, we're liberal AF. Like, the rest of the country is, like, very different.
Yeah.
Very different. And it's even as far as just Arizona, just right next door. So,
oh my gosh.
Like, from Arizona to Florida, I don't know what goes on. Like, Chi-Town, that's like black hole, nobody gives...
Quartz, Arizona is probably one of the shittiest places to go. I hate going there. I've only been there once. I act like I go there all the time.
But you knew, like, it's a...
Fuck you, Quartz, Arizona.
Yeah, you remember that. Quartz, Arizona.
Sorry to our listeners in Quartz, Arizona.
Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm pretty sure we don't have it. Uh-oh, I now kicked your foot. I'm in a kicking feet.
We just have long legs. We're sitting close.
It's a cool name, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
So, anyhow, well, I think we can end it now, but...
That's really awesome.
Thank you for listening, and I'm super stoked that we got to have this whole episode, like, learning. Like, I'm totally taken away.
I know we were supposed to talk about jobs. Sorry.
No, we were supposed to talk about Kanye West and his lame ass, but whatever.
Everybody else is talking about him. Like, it's like,
I actually don't really, I know there's tweets, but I tried Googling it, and then you know how you just come across so many links, and you're like, I don't feel like...
and then it's like an ad. Yeah, I did, exactly. I just went on Twitter and looked at his account, and he's pro-Trump. He did make a good point.
He had to make America great.
And he
kept calling it MAGA.
MAGA. But he did say, like, in 8 years, Obama didn't do anything for Chicago.
See, I didn't read everything he was saying.
That, like, I went through his tweets, and I was like, he does have a point.
Oh,
that is no reason to support Donald Trump. But also, I just feel...
But do you know that Obama did nothing for Chicago for the whole 8 years?
Well...
I'm not saying he did. I don't know if he did or he didn't.
Well, there's Hillman Square that I had talked about before. That's a whole nother subject. You're gonna have to, if you're listening, you're gonna have to like look into that on your own.
I still love him.
Hillman Square. He also did deport the most amount of immigrants. Mm-hmm. He set the precedent.
He had to do what he had
which
to do.
made it even easier for Donald Trump to just add on to that.
Oh my gosh!
So he kind of. I'm gonna say yes. He's a nice guy. He did do a lot. Michelle did a lot. I would say that Michelle did more for people than any other first woman did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For sure. Duh. I would even say that maybe she didn't because.
And I feel like she cared. Like she did it out of passion. She didn't do it because I'm the first lady and this is what I have to do. What the fuck is this?
And that
first lady.
There's a library named after her, which is freaking awesome.
You hit the nail on the head. That's what it was about. It wasn't about making a name so she can keep going. It was, you could tell there was a different energy behind it.
Yeah, and she like, what was her speech about young girls? Oh my gosh, that just, I was like, yes,
yes, yeah, like so yes, she will always be my first lady.
Hell yeah.
And I will love Obama, but at the same time,
he had a few gripes.
He did do some fucked up shit, but at the same time, like I'm saying, I don't think the president really runs the country anyway.
Oh, definitely not.
So
yeah.
As you see, look how much shit they blocked that he was trying to do. They didn't let him do shit.
I mean, and then look at what Donald Trump just did, like fucking bombing, like all these other, like unconstitutionally. So, well, anyways, boo boo on that, woo woo on disabilities awareness
All right, so tell everybody real quick.
So
we never even introduced the show. Actually, we never even said Mixed Greens podcast ever. So,
well,
we said welcome
Greens podcast forever.
Boom. Everywhere
on Twitter, we're Mixed Greens Pod, but everywhere else, Instagram, Vero. If that will ever catch on.
We're not on Vero, but
yeah, actually
YouTube,
we are.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. We even go to Facebook. I don't check that.
Oh, we do.
Twitter,
SoundCloud,
and Instagram,
everywhere. Not really SoundCloud.
So, yeah, SoundCloud, everywhere else. Mixed Greens Podcast.
Thanks
for listening. Cheers.
Yeah. I fucked it up, but my first apartment I ever had, I used to live under a deaf couple.
That's awesome.
It was not awesome.
Oh.
This is a PSA, never live under deaf people.
Oh.
They stop to get each other's attention. We live under them.
Oh.
They're like, they don't give a fuck about bouncing a ball at whatever time they feel like it. Because
yeah.
And there were a couple, they were both gay. Not gay. They were both deaf.
Yeah.
One time, they have an alarm clock, and it was like a vibrating alarm clock.
Oh my gosh.
But they accidentally had it on ring.
No.
For about a week.
Oh my gosh. That is insane.
Never live above them. Then you can stomp all you want and do what you want. No, but the vibration, they were like out of control. Like horrible neighbors.
Hell yeah, I would report them. I'd say my neighbors are being assholes.
But that's fucked up. I mean, they gotta know. You can't fucking bounce a goddamn ball.
See, and then there's the people with disability that do take advantage. Like I swear, for like 4 months, there was a girl who I thought like she couldn't verbally speak, and she would like give me her food to open it for her. So I was like, yeah, cool, like, oh, me being the rookie, like, yeah, let me help you, like, let me open it. Fuck no, like, she knew it. She
played you.
Yes. And my boss one day, she was like, how long has this been going on? And I told her for like a couple of months, and she was like, oh, she totally had you wrapped around her finger because she can talk, and also she can do everything on her own.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
After that, I was like, you little bitch.
I trust no one.
Yeah. Yeah. So funny.
Mixed greens, don't judge me. It's not what it seems. Mixed greens, mixed greens.